Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of a normal sewing tutorial, I'm going to do a little snippet of what happens in the week when I'm not sewing for you. A sewing video usually takes me 3 days. 1 day of prep, 1 day of sewing, and 1 day of editing. For my 30 to 45 minute-ish video that you see on Wednesday mornings, I've usually spent 3 days working on it. Not 3 24-hour days, but 4 to 5 hours, usually 3 days in a row. Editing day can be 8 hours or longer, and usually exporting and doing all that, I don't even include that. That's quite a bit of time exporting video from my cloud and from my camera. All that takes time. And so that's what goes into making a video for you. So this week I am working on a video for you, but I thought I'd show you some behind the scenes. So I'm just gonna have little snippets of a few days of things that I do in the sewing room or sewing adjacent things that I do throughout the week that you usually don't see. Always something going on up here because I work on other projects. I repeat projects I'm not gonna film for you because you've already seen the tutorial. So I'm gonna show you some of that stuff this week. I hope you like it. All right, so this is a pattern storage solution, I hope. This is where I'm sticking it. It's right below this picture. I can put a second one in. I'm gonna show, I've got my exercise bike in here right now, which needs to move. Here's my sewing setup from the end of the room. This is where my camera is against, it's actually usually right here in this corner. I need pattern solutions. I also need to clean. Look at that mess. So when facing the other way, this is what you don't see on camera usually. I usually have my still camera set right here in this corner that reflects back on me. You can't see the exercise bike or this mess that's getting ready to go away or my office mess here. And it just makes life neater, but you can see how this is not very tidy right now. Need to do some cleaning. This area stays pretty clean because I take up and tear down every time I use it. Right there, and then here's the camera for when I do my final shots of the final garment. So here's my super messy closet it's my only storage, hidden storage in the sewing room like this. And I really want to get rid of this cabinet. It just is in the way, it doesn't work. The bottom 3 are all patterns, so those I'm getting ready to move out. And then these things can easily be moved somewhere else, and this can go away. Super happy about that. This is my portable classroom that I never use anymore, so I think I'm just going to put that into deep storage because I don't need it in here. Then the other patterns are all under here in baskets, and they're organized, but they're kind of thrown in. So all of this I'm hoping will fit in my new cabinet. Okay, so I'm going to turn on an audiobook, and I'm going to just clean up this area a little bit, and then I'm gonna crawl around on the floor and put this together, see about if I can move this out by myself, and we'll see how far I get today. I'm concerned. These little screw heads are almost exactly the same size as the hole. This seems like the appropriate screw head, but the directions say different. So this one I pulled right out as far as not fitting. So I'm sliding it just a tiny bit to keep it secure. We'll see. I hope I don't have to take all these runners back off. A little tip, I always magnetize my screwdrivers so they hold onto the screws. Makes life a lot easier to pick up the screw and to work with it. So this is where I am so far. About 20 minutes work maybe. I just realized, however, that I put in the bottom before I put in the top, and that won't work. So I actually have to loosen one side so I can get my top in and type, typical putting things together and accidentally missing one picture. That's what I did. So I'll be back in a minute with the top on, and we'll assemble shelves, and we'll find out if those runners are correct or not, or if I have to slide them over. Okay, so the runners are correct. There's the drawer number 1. The reason I chose this is I sort of wanted a very modern, sleek looking filing cabinet, and I wanted it in white. And this one has some plugs and things, which is super useful for me. So I can actually use this surface up here for other things. I could put my printer or my silhouette machine up there. I could also put my camera and plug it in over there. So it gives me some more options. So I'm going to build my last drawer, and I will be ready to start organizing patterns. Okay, we're going to interrupt pattern organization for a mini haul. I got a bunch more elastics to make belts. I use my elastic belts all the time, but I was realizing I needed a different variety. This looks really red in the camera, but this is a brown. I wanted something to look like a brown belt. And this one is a super dark navy. These are all jacquards. I will put down below, I got these off of Etsy. I got a baby blue, and then this one I love. It's black and blue on gold. Now, these came from Etsy. Then I bought these from Pacific Trims. So you can see how cute that's going to look. I think I'm going to use that one. That actually might be used with the brown. I don't know. And then I got this one. I got sort of gunmetal colored. And then this came from Amazon, and it's gold. And it actually probably will go with that one. Anyway, more belts to be made. Okay, so I'm starting to transfer in here. This is really meant for hanging files, and I'm wondering if I wouldn't like to get some hanging files and maybe use those as a way to keep this organized. I'm also concerned that the bottom of this is pretty flimsy and the weight of the patterns may just like break through. So I don't know that I'm going to completely fill this up today. I do want to find a way. I'm going to put all my lingerie patterns, I hope, together, tops, skirts. That's kind of how I was thinking about doing it. But if I do a hanging file, it would be easy for me to put the pattern in the file with the pattern number or something like that. It might be a little easier for me to find it. What do you guys think? Okay, to be continued. So Fridays I usually spend with my mom. I call it Friday Fun Days, and we run all of her errands, pick up her groceries, and go out to lunch and just try to do some fun things. So it's a special day for me because I get to hang out with my mom, get to see my dad. I usually get to see my sister a little bit, but I drive way out into the country. It's absolutely lovely. So I'm going to just show you a few pictures of what it looks like in my early morning drive when I arrive for Friday Fun Day with Mom. This was my least favorite buckle when I got it. It's difficult to use, and this was my least favorite color, so I put those together. This was my favorite buckle, and I really struggled. I wanted it for both of these. I may end up ordering another one and replacing this buckle and using it another time. And the same with this. I know I'll use this navy belt a lot. This buckle I just really loved, but it's very stylized, so we'll see. I know I'll wear these three quite a bit. This brown is a lot more red than I expected, but it's still, I think I'll use it a lot as a good basic brown belt. This is so pretty. I have no idea where I'll wear it, but I really think it's pretty. Time to put away all my threads and go to the next project. Okay, so I've been putting things away in my pattern cabinet, and I have not gotten any hanging files yet, but I can tell I need them. I think my husband's going to make a Sam's run, and I'm going to have him pick me up a pack of 50. We'll see how far I go with that. I know I have a lot more than 50 patterns, but I think what I'm going to do is like do 2 to 4 in a envelope or in a folder. We'll see. I need to organize better. I have sort of like all the lingerie together and then sort of dresses together so far. I really need to think about how I want to organize this. I know I don't want to do it by pattern number. I definitely want to do it by type. Like all the lingerie is together, all the dresses are together, all the pants are together. That's what I'm thinking, all menswear together. So I'm still figuring that out in my head. And then I have started a catalog. Let me show you. So I have started a catalog. This is what I put on the cover of it. That I'm going to put in a 3-wing binder. But what I've done is I've got the fronts and the backs of the patterns that I own, and I've got to just keep going. I'm printing them out. It's single-sided, and I'll just put 2 in a clear plastic sleeve, put them in a 3-ring binder, and I'm going to just keep that on top of my cabinet down here. And it'll be a quick way for me to reference without having to pull the pattern out. I can see what pattern I have, how much fabric I need. So I think that's going to be a lot easier way for me to reference what I own. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. What do you think? How would you do it? How do you do it? If you're somebody who collects, like I have a lot of vintage patterns that I collect, I do sew them, but I'm also very protective of them. And I want to keep everything organized and know what I've got. So I would love to hear how you do your pattern organization. I still have the thing in the closet, the clear plastic drawers. I haven't even started there. This is all I'm going to do today on the pattern thing, because I have like other things not sewing related I need to go tackle now. So on to the next thing. I would love to know what you think about this little behind the scenes vlog style video, and I would like to do some more. I'm not a great vlogger, but I would like to do some more videos sort of like this once in a while. I think they're kind of fun. I personally like to see this style of video. I like to see what other creative people do behind the scenes and sort of their creative process. Like, I'm always like to learn something new. I'm always interested. So let me know what you think. If this is just something you tune out immediately, not interested in, I would like to know that too, as I'm working on content for this channel. And as we grow, I'm over 3,000 subscribers now. I can't believe it. I really never expected to hit 100 subscribers, being a mostly sewing related channel and being somebody over 50 doing it. I'm just, I'm not your typical YouTube person. So I'm so grateful and thankful to everyone who has subscribed and who is growing our fun and creative community. Thank you so much. I'm just going to keep working, plodding along and doing this. This is definitely a hobby for me. I don't make any money on it, so it's just for fun, and I do enjoy it, and I appreciate everyone who hangs around and engages in the sewing community. There are so many fun and interesting people here. I just love getting to meet all of you and hear about your projects and what you think about what I'm working on. It's a blast. One more quick little info from behind the scenes. I am now downstairs. I moved my computer. One thing that's nice about having a laptop is it goes where you want to go. I did get, look at this neat little extra monitor I got that is portable. It just folds up. It's really slim. It's like the size of a tablet as far as thickness, and it's easy to take anywhere. So I love that. If I want to travel and have a second monitor, I can, which when you're at video editing, a second monitor is just a blessing, I tell you. So I'm importing footage right now for this video that you're watching and getting ready to edit it. And you will see it on Wednesday. It is Sunday, so I'm not going to film the rest of the week because I'm actually starting the next video for my next sewing tutorial, which you will see in yet another week. So see you soon. Well, thanks for hanging out with me this week, and I'll see you next week for a regular sewing video.